Well, hello everyone and welcome again. This is the ongoing advocacy in regards to the current plan by Indonesian government to create five new provinces in West Papua. And today, if you can see from the video that we are currently going to watch, it's another mass rally up in highlands of West Papua, where people have gathered to show their frustration and lack of willingness by Indonesian government to listen to the wish and demands of the West Papuan people. So um, Indonesian government is trying to create five new provinces in West Papua after the special autonomy in West Papua that was introduced in 2001 fails. So now they've come with another desperate plan or attempt to win the hearts of the West Papuan people by trying to create another five new provinces when in West Papua people already marginalized. And, with this ongoing uh, human rights violations being committed against the people of West Papua, I think people have come to a stage where they do not want any more ideas or plan by Indonesian government to, how to, help them improve their lives. So people have actually voiced the concern that the special autonomy law is not working for them, and also the creation of the new province is not in the best interest. So um, we're just gonna watch again the video. So, as you hear come from clear from the speaker, he was saying that the nine head of the regencies in West Papua are going to meet Indonesian internal ministry in Jakarta, where they're going to talk about the proposed plan to create the Middle Papua province or Papua Tengah province. So you see, the Papuans do not want the creation of this new province. They do not want the special autonomy law to be extended because people are frustrated that after all these years of living under Indonesian colonial rule and occupation, their life is getting very hard and it's so difficult for them. And of course, we've heard from many reports that Papuans are already being marginalized, especially on their own land. So when you create new provinces again, what is the purpose of it, as far as we know from our own analysis, that once you create new provinces, it will open the floodgate for Indonesian migrants to move into West Papua, and this will create a lot of problem for our people, and also it will give the chance or the opportunity for Indonesian military to set up its military base, much bigger base in throughout West Papua, and that will sort of they will try to disrupt the plan or the ongoing demands by the West Papuan people to voice their political rights, rallies, especially they will try and stop or squash their right or their fights for freedom and independence. So that's the whole idea of creating these new provinces in West Papua. So people are basically standing up now and saying that enough is enough. So as you can hear from the speaker clearly saying that these people are going for the meeting in Jakarta, these nine head of the regencies that are going there. They're not really representing or taking heeds to the demands and the wish of the West Papuan people. It's about their own personal interests. So they're going there to talk about promoting the own interests without even listening to the rights of the West Papuan people, demands of the West Papuan people. So we are extremely concerned that Jakarta is playing this move in trying to um, sort of bribe these officials maybe in supporting this plan or idea to create this province, this new province. And it's really sad that people had to come out and engage in these rallies. And from the reports that we have seen, there are people being already arrested, in trying to raise their voice and concerns about this plan by Indonesian government to create new province. So the people really, the speaker is saying that this idea or the plan to create this new province, it's for the elites only. It's for their own personal interest. It doesn't, include everyone. So it's about their own personal interests and their own agendas. And the people are saying that they reject all the plans by the Indonesian government that includes the creation of new provinces, the special autonomy. They've rejected it. So people are basically demanding that there should be an international mediated dialogue between the Papuan political leaders, like OPM is the political organization representing the entire struggle of the West Papuan people. OPM itself is a parent organization, and its military wing, the West Papua National Liberation Army, who are the key actors in this Papuan conflict. So there should be some sort of a political dialogue between our leaders now, and to be mediated by third parties like US. That's exactly what the people want now, and not for our leaders, people in the elites going over to Jakarta, having meeting and signing these agreements without even consulting the people. People have actually rising up now and voicing the concern. What we're seeing now in Jakarta is maybe bribing these people into signing these documents so that this special autonomy can continue, and new provinces can be established. This is totally against the wish of our people. So people are basically saying that this is not in the best interest. The whole idea, what Indonesian government is trying to do, is to kill the people. It should basically erase the Melanesian people from their own land and fill up the entire region with Indonesians. So Indonesian government up until now hasn't opened the access for UN to visit West Papua. These are the key issues that need to be addressed by Indonesian government. And these people have actually are waiting for Indonesian government to open the access for UN officials to come into West Papua. So we're wondering when this is going to happen, because once you cannot go ahead and create these new provinces and even introduce this failed special autonomy when people have actually, people do not like the idea. People are protesting. And so what we are seeing is just a desperate attempt by the Indonesian government, to rush into creating these new provinces, and they've resurrected that special autonomy law. I mean, where was the Indonesian government all this time for the past 20 years when the special autonomy law was introduced in Papua, West Papua? They did nothing at all. What we have seen is that there was an increased human rights violations endless human rights violations being committed against our people. There was ongoing military operations being carried out in the highlands of West Papua, and the governors of West Papua, they can't do anything. I mean, this is the you're talking about a special autonomy law being introduced in the region in West Papua, and the poor governors they can't do anything to stop these military operations being carried out in the highlands of West Papua. And as a result, these military operations, there is a war right now between the West Papua National Liberation Army and the Indonesian military. And this has resulted in very serious humanitarian crisis where people are basically being displaced from their homes. They are women giving birth to babies in the jungle without having a proper health care. We have children being displaced from their homes together with the older people. Children dying of disease. Older people are dying of disease as well. And up until now, up to 50,000 plus people are still being displaced since 2018 when the Indonesian workers were killed up in Induga. So, well, they claim themselves to be workers road construction, but in reality, from our own investigations, they were not. They were linked to the Indonesian military. So, and also recently, we've heard about the 8 Indonesian workers who got killed up in Intan Jaya. We just basically don't really know the background, but from our reports that we've received from the spokesman of TPNPB, the West Papua National Liberation Army, Sebi Sabom, saying that these people were actually members of the Indonesian military and were posing themselves as, just communication workers trying to install something at the communication tower up in the highlands. So, these are the realities. These are the things that are happening right now in West Papua, and we urgently need the UN intervention immediately. UN needs to come to West Papua and assess the situation right now. People basically have lost their hope. There is no future for the West Papuan people under Indonesian rule. What we've seen is just endless human rights violations being committed against our people. Our land are being taken, our resources are being stolen. 500,000 people have already died under the hands of Indonesian security forces. So what else? What is the hope of creating new provinces again in West Papua? So we are actually appealing to the international community, especially UN, to make this agent visit to West Papua so that they can really assess and know what's going on and look into the demands and the wish of the West Papuan people. So once again, I'm just going to play the video for us to watch again. It's really important that
Bupati Siasa Gunung Tengah Papua yang akan mengadakan pertemuan pada besok di Jakarta dengan Kementerian yang tertinggi. Kami dari Papua mendengar bahwa tolak itu. Rakyat Papua tidak menginginkan kemenangan. Rakyat Papua tidak menginginkan kasus. Akan dapat berjuang dari politik.
So this is the demand of the West Papuan people. They reject any plan by Jakarta to create new provinces or to continue on with the special autonomy. The people want the international mediated dialogue between the political organization, the parent organization OPM, and its military wing, the West Papua National Liberation Army, as the key actors within this conflict, and so that there has to be some way out into this 50, 60-year-old conflict between West Papua and Indonesia, because how West Papua became part of Indonesia was actually done through an illegal process where West Papua, under UN Resolution 154, it gives West Papuans the right to become an independent state because every colonized colonial power must prepare its territory for independence. And West Papua, as a colonized people, do have that right under international law to decide what is best for them. So there is no more hiding for Indonesian government. They cannot lie. They cannot deny the rights of the West Papuan people because they do have that rights. They is guaranteed to them under the international laws. So once again, please pray for the people of West Papua, and we appeal to the international media to make more report on West Papua because you cannot just concentrate on the problem in Ukraine. We have our own issues in our region, and we are appealing to SBS, ABC, and other media organizations here within our region to expose this the current conflict between West Papua and Indonesia because I think there's so many things that the world needs to know about what's happening in West Papua. Because currently we have the Indonesian has banned foreign media and journalists and even international governments a representative from visiting West Papua. So it makes it extremely difficult for the world to know exactly what's happening in West Papua. So
Apa yang
again,
tidak keluar dari tuntutan kami kalau kami akan tolak semua tawaran apapun.
So again, we would like to appeal to the international community, especially to UN, I think to make that agent visit to West Papua because our people is in a very in need of that agent visit by UN to come in and assess the situation on the ground. Thank you so much for watching my video.